Just hit the unfollow button. I don't need your business.
Babe, what business do you mean?
There's no doubt that she drove the final nail into this movie's coffin. She probably drove the final 2 or 3 nails into the coffin.
Yeah, right there. Zoom in right there. That's it. 163,000 rating, of which it got 1.6, not out of 5.
Rachel Zegler is freaking out after show tickets just dropped to $0 after she trashed Disney's Snow White. Who does she think she is?
For a very long time, it seems that nobody has quite captured the public's disdain like our girl, Rachel Zegler. The damage had been done.
Now we believe, but just so she knows, studios won't touch her again for any future projects. And Hollywood didn't cancel her. She canceled herself.
I love me? I love you.
I get stopped for photos every time I'm online for the Snow White ride, and it is I have to pretend like, oh God,
I love you.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Rachel Zegler went from being Steven Spielberg's chosen one to headlining a show where the ticket price is literally $0. Free?
Nada.
You can now watch her perform for the same cost as breathing air. And you're telling me this wasn't some freak accident? Nope. This was a full-blown self-inflicted career demolition.
At this point, she sort of feels like the poster child for it. What's really interesting is that Zegler's fall from grace has been a very satisfying watch for plenty of people.
Let's rewind the disaster tape back in 2020. Hollywood couldn't shut up about this girl. Spielberg picked her from over 30,000 audition tapes for West Side Story. People were calling her a prodigy, a once-in-a-generation talent. And hey, maybe she was for like 5 minutes. She even grabbed a Golden Globe. At just 20, you'd think the universe handed her the ultimate Hollywood starter pack. Talent, hype, Spielberg's blessing. And then Disney walks in like, here's Snow White, kid. Don't mess it up.
Snow White just bombed at the box office again. How the hell did that happen? You've heard of a movie flopping at the box office, but have you heard of a movie flopping at the box office twice in 2 months?
Well, she messed it up. In just 3 years, she went from Disney royalty to Broadway pity pricing. Imagine being so insufferable, so publicly unlikable that your show has to be downgraded to pay what you want. That's not art. It's damage control. It's like watching someone try to cook a steak and burn down the entire kitchen instead.
But
wait, let's not even blame Snow White yet. Let's talk about where this train started derailing. West Side Story. Yes. The musical that critics loved and audiences ignored. How bad was it? Globally, it scraped together $76 million on a budget of over $100 million. That's not underperformance. That's a financial faceplant.
Wasn't sincere because she's had a long history of saying woke, annoying things. Our new Snow White.
And what did Rachel do? Accept the flop with grace? Of course not. She blamed white audiences for the film's failure because clearly it couldn't have anything to do with people not wanting yet another woke remake shoved down their throats, right?
nah.
Must be racial privilege. Her words, not mine.
So for the life of me, I don't understand why she's insisting on pronouncing Spanish words and names with a Spanish accent that she doesn't have in a language that she doesn't speak.
Puerto Rican Maria, Latina Maria.
And let's talk about that fake Spanish accent. Girl doesn't even speak Spanish, yet suddenly she's rolling her RS like she's auditioning for Telendu. Even actual Latino fans were like, can you not? It was performative, forced, and downright embarrassing.
Anyway, in one clip, she calls the Sharks, the rival gang of the Jets in this new version of West Side Story, a rainbow of the Latino community, and then struggles to name what constitutes Latino diversity.
Then came the interviews. Oh, the interviews. Rachel somehow decided that every press tour needed to double as her personal TED Talk. She started dissecting West Side Story like it was some college thesis on post-colonial identity. Someone should have reminded her that it's Romeo and Juliet with dance battles, not a dissertation.
I mean, you know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story, with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
But West Side was just the warm-up act, the real show, her kamikaze-style destruction of Disney's Snow White. Where do we even begin with this one? Instead of promoting the movie like a normal person, Rachel marched straight into press interviews with the same energy as a teenager who just finished their first gender studies class. She called the original 1937 Snow White outdated, dumb, and oh yeah, said the prince was a stalker. That's right, the guy who kissed a poison princess to save her life. Stalker vibes, apparently.
Not a bug. And before long, her trashing the original pieces of the adaptations that she was performing in became kind of common.
She kept digging. This Snow White doesn't dream of true love, she said proudly. She dreams of leadership because clearly what every 6-year-old girl wants in her fairy tale is corporate ambition. Instead of magic and wonder, we get PowerPoint presentations and feminist manifestos. Awesome.
Not going to be safe for the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true.
I'm a narcissist.
And what happened next? Chaos. Actual Disney fan forums were in full meltdown mode. Reddit threads started popping up titled, and I quote, "Rachel Zegler is destroying Disney with her mouth." Even Disney itself started panicking. Internally, they pulled her from merch, delayed the movie's release, and essentially began Phase, one of the Rachel Eraser program. You know your career's in free fall when the company that cast you as a literal princess is quietly trying to pretend you don't exist.
So she came out and took a large dump on half of the country. Everyone who voted for Trump. I remember her words.
She hopes they know no peace. Or
Right.
something really.
And that Trump knows no peace.
And just when you think it can't get any worse, oh honey, it does. Welcome to the part where she basically tries to cancel half her audience. In 2020, she hops on Instagram and types out this gem. F Donald Trump. May Trump supporters never know peace. Yep, that's an actual quote. So now it's not just Disney fans she's lost. It's half the country. And again, remember, she's working for Disney, the company that sells magic and safety to suburban moms and theme park dads. And she's out here throwing curses like she's Regina George on a power trip. But she didn't stop there. She doubled down on TikTok like she was campaigning for